Welcome to the Crepan podcast. Today we have the new leader of Black Sun with us. Can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name's Jeor Knight, and I'm happy to be here.
Can you tell us how long you've been playing in the game?
Absolutely. I'm a relatively new player. This is my first ever character. Been in Black Sun since day one. I've been here since year 12, day 67.
That's a pretty short amount of time for you to become the new leader.
I've been very lucky, and I've worked really hard, and that's how you get anywhere in life in this game. So I've been blessed to serve with the people I've served with, and been able to hone my skills in the game, and it's got me to where I am now.
What is day-to-day life like in Black Sun?
In Black Sun, we have a really strong core group of players. People who are on IRC daily. We have personal conversation, this or that. It's fun. So we have the different areas, industry, infrastructure, and military. And depending on which area you're on, you can be doing anything. We have players who do all kinds of areas. They'll do building, they'll move ships, they'll do this or they'll do that. But, the important part of Black Sun is really the community. If anyone who joins Black Sun, we offer them a bonus to get on IRC, because what kept me here over the last 5 years has been the people, not necessarily the game. The game hasn't changed that much in the 4 years before this most current one. So, you've been doing the same exact thing. The tax planet thing aside, obviously that was a big change, but all in all, you've been doing almost the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again. So just the fact that the people are here, that's what keeps us. So we have intensive role plays. We hit a bit of a lull, but we're starting them up again. People win prizes for them. We have one that we're going to be starting soon where it actually has negative things if it happens. Your ship gets recycled, the station you're on gets recycled, no one dies, but you get what I mean. So, it has real consequences. So that kind of stuff is going to be a lot of fun. I wasn't around for the red scenarios, obviously, that they used to have around here. I haven't been involved in any white scenarios or anything like that, but role-playing is big for us. We encourage people to take on as much character history as they want. We have areas on the forums for people to post that kind of stuff. Mostly it's doing work, moving a ship here or there, but what gets people to come on when they're on a 14-day hyper trip is the community. That's the biggest part of being in Black Sun is, we encourage you to be an active part of the community. It's what I fell in love with when I joined Black Sun, and that's what keeps me going every day.
How has Black Sun changed for you over the years?
Black Sun has not had the greatest of road over the past couple of years. I joined in year 12, right as Corvus Orion passed his leadership over to Tar Alex, who assumed the role of Lord Marshal. He lasted for quite a little while. He did some good things, and then unfortunately things happened in real life and he had to leave suddenly. So then Banquo came on. We had where we joined the IU. We split into two separate factions for a little while. Then we came back to Black Sun. It kind of really damaged Black Sun. And then we had Kate Katra and Niobe Asha as leaders. It's kind of a very turbulent time when their reign ended and Lex became the leader. We're just kind of recovering from what's been a bad couple of years between various things happening. I don't really want to get too much into it because it's written all over the forums over the past couple of years, and trying to keep this positive and us moving forward.
How do you think your reign will be different than those of your predecessors?
I'm trying to be my own person when it comes to that. I learned a lot under Lex, who was the last leader and who got us back to government status, created a number of projects that kept us moving. He's really taught me a lot, but I think that I bring a bit more of a go-getter attitude, I suppose. I sort of took on a leadership role even before taking on the leadership role. I served as regent for a little while, which helped for me to be better positioned to lead Black Sun and move it forward. So I think that I'll bring level-headedness. I'll bring a lot more business side of things versus some of the other more shady past sides that Black Sun has had, and hopefully just continue the great rise that we've had over the last year or so.
Do you think that all of those qualities that you mentioned were reasons that you were chosen to lead Black Sun over some of the more known members?
I definitely think it played a role. I don't really get involved in a lot of the galactic politics that have gone on. I noticed a number of members in Black Sun, they have family ties outside of Black Sun. A lot of our members had ties to Avance Coalition families. I've got several families that kind of add a little bit more of an outside politics element to things, and I'm not entangled in any of those types of things. I think that my level-headedness is what brought me up to where I am now. Over a short period of time, I grew our Showquicks Yards, which is now Showquicks Industries, into a great shipbuilding faction, which put me kind of in the crosshairs of leadership. And then I was raised to Vigo Defense, done a lot of great things there. And I think Lex just figured that I would help to raise his achievements to a next level, which is why he passed it along to me as well. I don't know about the well-known members per se. I have the full support of all the Vigos. They all have been very supportive. I'm going to need their help over the next year or two, or however long my reign lasts, to make sure that Black Sun keeps growing and growing, and we'll see where we go from there.
Are you happy with the direction Black Sun is going in, or would you like to see it go back to the days of criminal activity?
I'm very happy with the way that Black Sun has been going. With the current game mechanics, criminal activity is a lot more of a social game than it is anything else. And as I kind of alluded to in the earlier question, that's not really my forte. I'm more of the, the strong business type, making sure that we make our expenses, our inputs and our outputs match or exceed. I feel like the current path that we're going on is the way that we should definitely continue. Strong economic base, very strong nationalized factions, which feed what is the Black Sun conglomerate, which is pretty much what we call ourselves, the collective, as you will. I feel like I don't see us going back more criminal. Military is going to be where it's going to be versus criminal. The combat coming up and a lot of the changes that are being implemented, crime just isn't as important now as I feel like it's been in the past.
That sounds like a good place to stop for now. Let's have a commercial break.
At Corex, we don't treat you like a cog in a machine, grinding away for pennies. We treat you like an individual. That is why we offer a higher rate of pay than our competitors and even many governments. So whether you're looking to switch employer or want to make the most of your career, why not check us out at corex.us and see how you can unlock your potential.
How do you think Black Sun has benefited by being a part of the Imperial Union?
I feel like the Imperial Union has greatly benefited us over the years, not just in the great power that is the Galactic Empire, and they've backed us from day one, helped us to make sure that we reach our full potential with various types of things. The technology is great, getting the ships and the vehicles and everything like that, but it's more than that because, you're surrounded by people who have played this game from the beginning. Emperor Dingan, Seal, all the people like that, they've been around, they've seen it, they've done it, they provide you with great advice and opinions, and I just feel like we've benefited greatly from being a part of the Imperial Union on the technology side, as well as the ability to take their advice and apply it and see us grow from it.
Is the lack of hostilities towards the galaxy at large due to being in the Imperial Union?
I think it's a number of factors. Obviously, the Imperial Union helps when it comes to having a bit more of backing. When we were on our own, people figured that they could take advantage of us being loners and just a strong, tight-knit group who were easy to target because we stayed within ourselves. The fact that we joined the Imperial Union actually means that we're involved more fully into the Galactic Conflict against anyone in the Galactic Alliance. So I suppose the lack of hostilities are towards different groups, I would agree, but the fact that we were in the IU brings us into direct conflict with a number of different groups. Come combat, it's going to be interesting to see what happens and how the IU responds. And I think that we're going to do it strongly. I think we're going to do great. We have our issues. We have our enemies. We have a trade ban list just like everyone else. Anyone who wants to do us wrong, we're going to respond. Otherwise, we pretty much keep to ourselves. We try to grow the community that we have, and that's it. That's what we're based on, community. We're not based on anything else. We're not based on defeating somebody. We're not based on robbing and stealing. We're based on the members who are there with us and who spend hours and days and weeks in Hyper just to bring a ship from one end of the galaxy to the other. It's the people who build endless amounts of stations, who help us on a FI planet project, who just sit there and build hotel after hotel after hotel and ATMs. Those are the people that we play for, and I feel like that's the core of it.
What unique element do you feel Black Sun brings to Star Wars Combine that you won't find in any other faction?
The deep history and stuff like that, I think, is something that we like to play up. We're not necessarily a canon Black Sun faction because obviously they were a criminal organization, but we try to play the important aspect of reaching the family rank. You have your collective enlisted ranks, and then once you get to family, it's not just the next rank in the chain. It's an important part of who Black Sun is. The family members make up the core of who we are and what keeps us going. It creates a close bond between the members. A lot of the people who are family members, we text on a regular basis. We talk regularly through various different mediums, IRC, Skype. We're very strong at our core, and we're always willing to welcome new members. Anyone can get a fair shake if they want to come. We don't ask you to be the greatest person that's ever lived in Combine, but we ask you to come in. We ask you to follow our motto, family, honor, profit, and we ask you to show your loyalty over time and become family. Anyone can. I think that's unique to us.
Do you have any goals that you would like to accomplish during your reign?
Definitely continue to increase our economic power. We have launched a number of projects that will increase our economic base and continue the strong traditions of our nationalized factions, producing some of the finest ships and selling them on CPM. With the new combat that's coming out, the movement thing, we just hope to adapt and make sure that we continue to be as strong as we can. That's really about it. I just want to continue the strong traditions that we have and continue moving forward through this, what's pretty much questionable time. With the hidden system searches that are going on, everyone's constantly out there looking for the next big system to be found. It's an interesting time to run a faction or a conglomerate of factions. In the game that we have right now, it's a big time. Big features are coming up. Salatos has done a great job since he's risen to Sim Master, and I look forward to a lot more of it. And Black Sun's going to be right there along for the ride.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. Is there anything that you would like to add?
I don't think so. I think you provided some great questions, and these podcasts are amazing because you get to hear people from a different side. So I look through the Black Sun lens at everyone. It's nice to hear the different people from different areas. I'm proud to be able to do one for Black Sun, and sorry that Lex couldn't join us, but thank you. Appreciate it.
And thank you all for listening. See you next week on the Crepan podcast.